What's good, gamers? Akelon here, and as you can see, I'm wearing the tinfoil hat. I think this may actually be the first time on this channel ever that I have physically donned a tinfoil hat. I can't remember if I've done it other times, but it might just be the tinfoil that's blocking my brainwaves, so I can't think of the past. It's not how it works, but never mind. There's something big coming in 10.2, and we all seem to have missed it. I missed it. It was thanks to Firelord over on Discord that showed me this screenshot. Look at all those red little dots. What do you see on each one of those red circles? That's right, the Firelord, Ragnaros. I believe Ragnaros will be returning in patch 10.2. Now, I hear immediately what everyone is saying. All of the naysayers out there are screaming, saying, Akelon, that's not possible. We killed Ragnaros. He's dead, and we were victorious in Firelands. That's back in Cataclysm. Get the fuck with the program, Akelon. It's Smolderon now. You're right. Absolutely. Except, how do things in World of Warcraft die? Well, the common exception, or the common perception, is that in order to kill something, you have to kill it inside its own realm. So if you want to kill a demon, for example, you have to kill the demon inside the Twisting Nether. If you want to take down an old god, the old god needs to be killed inside the void. This is just accepted. Everyone knows this. And you're right, we did take Ragnaros down inside the Firelands. The Firelands is the elemental plane, and therefore Ragnaros should be dead. Except the elemental plane isn't the home of the Firelord or of the fire elementals. You see, no, what happened was when the Titans arrived on Azeroth, one day Amanthal's walking through the wilds of Azeroth. He opens a door and he comes across Ragnaros and Therazane sucking on N'Zoth's tentacles. And he's like, that's disgusting. You guys are fucked. I'm gonna imprison all of you for debauchery and degeneration. So he basically instructs all of his Titan Keepers to build these fuck-off prisons, and he takes all of the Elemental Lords, including the Elements, and he throws them inside the prison. He says, no more tentacle sucking on my watch. As you can imagine, the Elements are pissed, but they're imprisoned now. They can't get out. That's sort of where they are. Of course, they will at times be able to escape, but they're still bound to that Elemental plane. That's where we killed Ragnaros. In fact, the exact place where, I guess, elements call home isn't known to any of us on Azeroth. We don't know where the elements actually originate from, because from what we understand, the elements were here pretty much before anyone else were. It was pretty much Azeroth and then the elements, and then the old gods arrived, and then later the Titans arrived basically to, you know, kick up the party into overdrive and then bring a lot of structure and order to it. But we don't know what the home of the Elemental Lords are. In my estimation, the Elemental Lords are pretty much Azeroth is their home, and I would go so far as to think the elements and the Elemental Lords are extensions of Azeroth herself. These were the basic building blocks of creation. It's what Azeroth used in order to create everything on Azeroth. And so I don't think Elemental Lords are killable. I don't think they can be taken down. Now, I don't think we're going to fight Ragnaros in 10.2. The way I see it going is pretty much we fight Smolderon, take him down, and then maybe we get a cutscene that shows us how Ragnaros is reborn inside the elemental plane, or just anywhere. What would be interesting if it's just anywhere, and us killing Ragnaros actually freed him from the elemental plane, and he can now go and free all of the elements from the elemental plane of fire. But this would go very much hand in hand with why Firak and the fire druids sort of teamed up. Firak got all of his power from the elements of fire. That's where his power comes from. So he's basically empowering the element of fire, and I think this is all part of the plan of Iridikron. Remember when Iridikron said to Chromie, yeah, I can't wait for the Titans to get here because I'm gonna kick them in the dick. Now the problem, and everyone sort of pointed this out immediately, he doesn't lift enough to take down the Titans. And even Void empowered, I don't know if he can handle what the Titans could throw at him. But if they are to collect an army, so in other words, all of the incarnates, all of the elemental planes, freed and empowered, maybe that could be enough to launch a full-on assault against the Titans. We now have Veranoth that, sort of chose to side with the aspects, and I wonder if that's not maybe part of the plan as well. So Veranoth's job is sort of to bring the aspects over to the way of the incarnate thinking, showing them how bad the Titans actually are. If that's not the story, then that's a shit story. Because I still don't quite understand how Veranoth, after everything, and that's a whole, actually, like, it should be a whole video on its own, but since I have the tinfoil hat on, we may as well go. I don't get why Veranoth, after everything, right? So the aspects basically stand by and watch as the Titan Keepers kill their children. Now, many people say, oh, but they didn't kill them. They did. They turned them into dragons they would date to the incarnates as a result of that. So they stood by and they just watched that. Then, when the incarnates were like, hold the fuck up, how dare you? The aspects were like, no, to prison with you. And the incarnates were like, bro, you are the ones that committed the crime and now we have to serve the time. And the aspects were like, make perfect sense to me. Get the fuck in prison, right? So they got locked up for like thousands and thousands of years, tens of thousands of years. And the lockup wasn't even like putting them in stasis where they couldn't remember. They knew about the time that was going past. Then, right, they escape, but the aspects, along with our help, kill their sister Razageth. And after all of this, right, after everything that's happened, Veranoth, literally one patch ago, Veranoth looked at Alexstrasza and was like, nah, fam, I fucking hate you. I'm gonna slap your tits off, right? And she was super angry at Alexstrasza. And now Alexstrasza goes, but join us. And Veranoth goes, oh, I missed you. I love you so much. It's like the story there doesn't make sense. What fits is if Veranoth joined the aspects and it is all part of the plan. That fits, I think. All of that fits. But that's enough from me. Let me hear from you in the comment section down below. What do you think? Do you think Ragnaros is coming back? What do you think about the Veranoth storyline? I want to hear everything, and if you need a tinfoil hat, just put it on and write your comment. This shit can be a little bit dangerous. But that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. As always, like the video if you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe over on Patreon. Your $1 a month helps keep this channel free from sponsorships, and you get some spicy pictures. So please help out. As always, be kind to each other, be good to each other, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Peace.